Hi friends. So in this video, we're going to be talking about student accommodations. In a different video, we talked about employee accommodations, which go through the Office of Access and Equity. But here we're going to talk about student accommodations, which go through the Disability Resource Center. So if you go to their website, you'll be able to scroll down and say register with the DRC. That will take you here to this page. Welcome. It has some good information for you here, as well as the registration form, which we'll come back to in a second. But what I want to draw your attention to here is about the documentation. So when you go to the form, it's going to ask you for your name, your student ID, if you have had any kind of accommodations in the past. So it'll say, what types of disabilities do you have? Again, never are they asking for your diagnosis specifically, but what kinds of disabilities, how do they affect you academically? How do they affect you in other areas of your life? And then what kinds of accommodations are you requesting? What other information do you want them to know? Then it asks for supporting documents. The documents are important to consider here because not everybody comes into their graduate years with documentation. So if you already had an IEP or something similar, you had accommodations in schooling previously, then you'll be able to provide documentation of that. But if this is your first time getting student accommodations, like it was for me when I joined UIC, it's going to be like an extra step. So please do not be deterred from the intake process because of a lack of a documentation. When I went in, they were very helpful. At the end, you'll see that the next step is to schedule an intake appointment. So I went and I met with the people for my intake appointment, and they helped me figure out how to get letters from my doctors back home that said, yes, we know this person and we know their diagnoses, which are not being disclosed, and we agree that these accommodations would be helpful based on those diagnoses. And so once you have those like letters or that documentation, then the whole process is going to go really quickly. So that is student accommodations. Pretty simple. It doesn't kind of go back and forth as much as the employee accommodations do. But what's going to end up with is your letter of accommodation. They're going to outline all of your accommodations, and you have to send that to your professors every semester. So you get new professors, you have to send them the letter. Even if it's a professor that you've had before, they might ask you to send it again every semester just so that they're remembering to make sure that they're adjusting the syllabus for you specifically. If you don't send it to them, they are not retroactive. So some professors might be jerks about that. And so just like heads up, it's not one of those situations where it's on file and then all of them look at it and are given it on your behalf every semester. You have to send it to them directly. So that's that on student accommodations. Bye.